You know, I'll be the bad guy for this because apparently nobody gives a shit and nothing's going to change in law enforcement. So I'm done trying to be somewhat reasonable, explaining to the citizens out there who continue to want this DEI hiring or the 30 by 30 agenda. You just be prepared, because someone you love will die at the hands of police and the nation will say it was completely justified. This is Dade City, Miami. One of their police officers was sworn in 2023. Now, I am not even remotely talking about her character, don't know her as an individual, have never had any interaction whatsoever. I don't even know her height at this point. Let's just say that this chief who swore in at the time, maybe he's a monster, maybe he's 6'7", and she's just dwarfed in comparison. If I stood next to him, I'd probably look as tall as her. So we're going to take a look and see, is this a responsible hire for the Dade City Police Department in Florida? And the answer is abso-fucking-lutely not. Now, compared to the size of a podium, she barely even comes over the top of it. Never mind the fact that she looks like a weeble. And I don't give a rat fuck if you think that insulting to someone, I don't care if it's a female or a male, their size is classless. These are the people who are ultimately going to use force on you when they pull you over for not using a turn signal to get their fucking quota that month. And in case we think that this is an optical illusion, it's the angle, the podium was really 10 feet back, let's take another look. Here she is next to what would seem a normal-sized man and an average-sized female. This is the size, the lack of standard, the overweight, small female that the Dade City Police Department have on their streets patrolling you. You know, I don't know you, and this is a personal attack, but it's also an attack on the profession. And let me explain why you getting involved in this profession, it's not your fault, but it's one of the most selfish things you could have done. And every cop out there who thinks they could do the job, you can't. You can't. In many ways, you're just not able to do it. The biggest problem we have is with this DEI shit and this 30 by 30, I say this a million times. You, the public, who thinks this is so good and she's a great community police officer and all this, she still has a gun and the authority to exercise seizure powers on you. She could take away your freedom and or life if she can articulate it. Well, the threshold, the ability for her to articulate a higher level of threat than what a 6-foot-tall man would be able to do will be severely lowered. And that means that Officer Feliciano will be lawfully justified to using her pistol on a normal circumstance so much quicker than a 6-foot-tall, well-built male could. This is what is coming into the profession every single day in the towns like Dade City and everywhere out there where they want to exercise DEI and 30 by 30. People like Officer Feliciano, who thought it was a good job to become a police officer, now will have the lawful authority to shoot and kill you faster at her discretion. And the more cops you get on the street like her, the more that discretion is going to completely change the landscape of objectively reasonableness by Graham v. Connor. So, every one of you who thinks this is great or thinks I'm an asshole for picking on her, I couldn't give a rat fuck. I'm trying to save myself and everybody else that I love out there from interacting with a cop like this who has to get her performance evaluation for the day, so she pulls over somebody who has a bad attitude for not using a turn signal, and the next thing you know, she's able to articulate, I was in great fear for my safety, so I used my pistol and terminated life-threatening behavior. This woman is going to get someone hurt. She's going to actually cost the city more dollars when her backup has to wind up getting involved, and if not, putting them at risk, and it's just going to continue from there. Dade City, Florida, if you live in the city, I don't care how nice this fucking cop is, you are at risk if you need emergency services or if deadly force is applicable. Officer Feliciano, I have no personal opinion of you whatsoever, but I actually am massively disgusted in your department for putting you on the street. Anybody like this who is put on the street is a danger to the public and the profession. You are absolutely shitting all over our profession.